Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, to 5 Minutes to Fit and to my twin pregnancy updates. So today I am exactly 36 weeks. I'm finally filming an update on the actual, corresponding day of when I turn the weeks, which is nice. I feel like I'm sort of on borrowed time right now. It's already 8:35 this morning, and my little guy is still sleeping upstairs. So that's amazing. So I'm gonna just do this real quick. I actually have makeup on today. Yay. I am going to go to brunch with a couple of my girlfriends from high school. I'm so excited about that. So, Iceland, Christine, Megan, if you guys ever watch this, shout out to you guys. Can't wait for our brunch. So, I actually got up early this morning and was able to get myself ready a little bit, which at this point, guys, for any of you who are following along who are also pregnant, whether it's a single or twin pregnancy, it doesn't matter. You know that by this time you just feel pretty much gross. Like, I don't sleep. My face is super puffy. I'm swollen half the time. Like, obviously, my stomach is large and in charge. Like, it's just so hard to feel. And I know it sounds vain and I know it's stupid. And I'm not trying to say anything about the pregnancy, nothing like that. Like, I love being pregnant. I know about all the changes and they're all awesome. But there are times, man, it is hard to feel like, I don't know, attractive at all at this point in a pregnancy. So putting some makeup on really helps. I didn't exactly do my hair. I kind of finagled my hair, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, all that aside. So what I want to do is just update you on the last 2 weeks. I filmed somewhere around like 33 and a half weeks. So this will just basically be the last couple of weeks, how I've been feeling, doctor's appointments, and um, just what's upcoming. So what's amazing is we do have, well, I don't know, amazing, but cool to think about is we are definitely within 2 weeks. We're under the 2 week time to meet these babies, because I did go ahead and get a scheduled C-section on the books. Obviously I'm not happy about a C-section, but at my two doctor's appointments ago when they did the scan, so I've been going every week now. So once a week I get to see the babies. So I just went a couple days ago, and then I went 1 week previous to a couple days ago. So at that one, about a week and a half ago, both babies were showing head up. Um, both the girl and the boy, so baby A and baby B, both head up. So at that point, they were like, the chances of them flipping at this point are very minimal. Let's go ahead and get you a C-section scheduled on the books, or scheduled, because if they're both head up, I don't think there's any doctor anywhere that would even attempt a vaginal delivery with twins at that point. So, I kind of had to come to terms with that. Not exactly, obviously, what I want, but, God is in charge and he has a plan. And so I just need to go with it. So we went ahead and scheduled. So that was cool to at least have a date. I told all my family, get ready. This is the date, assuming I don't go before that, which there's still a very high chance that I would go into labor naturally before that date, because we pushed that date all the way out as far as the doctors would let me. One, because I want them to grow more, obviously. Two, because my husband's paternity leave doesn't start until a certain day because he had to be at his job 1 year. And so we were a few weeks shy of making that day. So the longer we can push it out, the better. That way he can use less sick time, be able to use his actual paternity leave and save his actual days off, sick time, personal time, whatever days off for the rest of the year, which I'm sure we'll want to use at some point later this year too. But okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so that was a week and a half ago. So now I went back a couple days ago to the doctor to do a sonogram, and the baby boy, which is technically baby B, meaning if we were to do a vaginal delivery, he has to be the second baby delivered because baby A is closest to the cervix. That's how they decide who they call baby A and baby B. But so the baby boy, baby B, again, I'm showing you my hands on my stomach. Like, my stomach's not even in the frame of the video. Sorry. But anyway, baby boy had flipped. So he is now head down. And so I don't know, like, that kind of gave me encouragement, because maybe if he was able to flip, maybe baby A, the girl, can still flip too. So we're technically still about 2 weeks out, a little under 2 weeks out from the scheduled C-section. So there is hope. I know that there's not a lot of room in my belly. Like, I can just feel it here. I'll actually show you a belly pic right now. All right, guys. So this is my 2-week belly, 2-week, what am I saying? 36-week belly, pregnant with twins. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously? My belly button, I hate my belly button. Again, I don't mind being pregnant, obviously. Like, of course I'm going to get fat and all that good stuff. But the belly button is hilarious, cracks me up. Okay, so that's my belly. Oh, let me see if I can, oh gosh, scooch up. Sorry, this chair gets so heavy. Okay, whew. Took a lot out of me. But what was I saying? So that is what the heck was I saying? Oh yeah. Well, I wanted to show you that there's like literally no room in there. Like I can feel the babies. Like if I put my hands on my stomach and just feel, like, it's amazing. It's all bumpy. Like I feel like I can feel heads. Like, I mean, I don't remember this with my first pregnancy, my single pregnancy. I don't remember being able to like clearly palpate out like different parts of the baby. So it's pretty crazy. Like there is not a lot of room in that belly. So I don't know if they're gonna flip, but in any case, like I said, it's in God's hands. Whatever. If I'm meant to have a C-section, I'm meant to have a C-section, and it's okay. Yeah. So, okay. So basically, what do I want to go over? Just some kind of how I've been feeling over the past 2 weeks. Y'all, let me tell you, it is getting harder. Like, I keep getting a lot of messages from people like, oh, how are you feeling? And my, like, standard response is, I am getting slower by the day. Like, literally, every single day, I feel like my capacity to do stuff just diminishes more and more. A little bit of an ebb and flow depending on how I slept the night before. I am still getting pretty much crazy insomnia, although I feel like it's getting a smidge better. So sleeping at night is really challenging. I'm just on my couch. Mostly my choice to just be on my couch because, I mean, of course it's my choice, but the reason that I'm mostly just being on my couch is because I wake up all the time to go to the bathroom, and I wake up either hungry or thirsty. And so I'm still, like, where my bed is, where I would actually sleep, it's a flight of stairs away from my bathroom, from the closest bathroom. There's no way, you guys, in the middle of the night, I am going to do stairs, like, every single time I have to go to the bathroom. And I know that sounds funny, and also, too, my toddler is now sleeping in our room based on how we rearranged stuff. I think I mentioned that in the last video. So that's the other thing, too. Like, I don't want to be getting up often and potentially waking him up. And so it's just easier for me to be on the couch. I'm right near my kitchen. I'm right near my bathroom down here. It's good. Also, too, I often end up, rather than laying horizontal on the couch, I often end up laying, like, sitting up on the couch with the recliner. And so my feet are still up, and I can recline back a little bit, but I'm, like, much more upright. Speaking of upright, I have been getting some heartburn over the past couple weeks. I'm thinking just because I'm literally running out of room in there. Like, I typically am very lucky. I don't have a ton of heartburn during either of my pregnancies. I haven't had a ton of that. But definitely over the past 2 weeks, I would say it's probably, maybe every other night, if not almost every night. Kind of hits usually more towards nighttime. I haven't really noticed it correlating with anything that I'm eating yet. So I think it's just sort of the fact that there's not a lot of room. I do notice, though, if I, like, bend down and try to do something and kind of squish my belly, I usually end up, like, it kind of gets, I don't know, it's like I push stuff up or whatever. So I'm trying to be really careful about that. The other thing that's hilarious is, like, right now I'm like, sort of, but I have to, every time I'm sitting, I have to kind of keep a good posture. Because if I, like, slouch too much, it hurts. Like, there's literally not enough room to, like, slouch my torso anymore because my belly is just huge, taking up all that space. And speaking of insomnia, I do finally have one must-have. Nice little lavender essential oil. I feel like this is definitely helping me sleep. So what I'll do is usually around, like, midnight, after I've eaten again, gone to the bathroom again, kind of like I'm trying to go to sleep from, like, midnight to basically, like, 6 or 7 a.m. If I can get that, like, a decent chunk in there. So the lavender has been really helping. I just put a little bit on my finger, and I just put it, like, a little on the back of my neck and kind of around my neck. And then I put just a little teeny bit underneath my nose. Now, I'm not a huge oils person. Like, I know people are really big into them. I think they're awesome. I just never really, spent the time or money to, like, get into them. But I have a couple that I think my mom and my sister have given me over the past couple of years. And so I had this lavender. I don't remember why my mom gave it to me last time. But in any case, I'm so glad that I was like, let me try it because lavender is supposed to be really helpful for sleep. You guys, it has been definitely helping. I feel like the nights that I use it, I'm able to actually get like a couple hours or even like 3 to 4 hour chunk of sleep, and feel like better. Like today, I feel pretty good, and I definitely used it last night. So yeah. So for anyone out there having trouble sleeping, I would definitely suggest maybe grabbing yourself a lavender oil somewhere. People say you're supposed to mix it with like a coconut oil or like another, like a carrier, they call it, before you put it on your skin. So just be careful with that. I guess you're not supposed to put it directly on your skin. I've just been putting it directly on my skin. Like I said, like I'll just basically unscrew it, hold my finger, do a little shake. So I don't have much on my finger and then kind of dab it. I mean, I haven't been noticing any issues. So hopefully I don't have any rashes or anything. I don't think so. But anyway, okay. So that's, I think, the only must have I can think of finally. Let's see. What else do I want to say? So at the doctor's appointments, I did have to do another non-stress test. So that's my second one. I'll put a picture. I think I snapped a picture while I was doing that. So the non-stress test, guys, for anyone out there who's a twin pregnancy or more, or potentially a high-risk single pregnancy, I think they do this one too. You basically just sit there. It's a very interesting concept. You just sit in a chair. They have a monitor, basically they have a monitor per baby. So for me, 2 monitors, and they're just hooked up to your stomach, and they're trying to get a steady reading of the heart rate of the baby. And then they also, I didn't notice this last time, not sure if they did it, but they also put a monitor to measure a contraction, if I was having any contractions during that. And then you're supposed to sit in the chair for about 20 minutes. Both times I've had it done, my babies, I guess, move around. So the monitor that was measuring their heart rate stops measuring their heart rate, like as they're moving, and is no longer picking it up. And so I ended up having to sit there for like 45 minutes because just the monitors kept moving, or the babies kept moving, and so the monitor wasn't getting a steady reading of their heart rate. So that was kind of funny, but all in all, everything turned out okay. The last one I had just a couple days ago, I was like, the contraction thing was picking up some contractions, but the lady was like, "Are you feeling those at all?" And I was like, "No," like I didn't really feel anything. Occasionally, I would feel my belly tightening, like those Braxton Hicks contractions when I was sitting in the chair. But I was like, no, like I don't think this is like an actual contraction. If it is, like it doesn't feel like it. So she was like, okay. She's like, well, it could be just something they called irritability. I don't even know what that means. But basically, I guess just like she was like, well, it's probably because your bladder is getting full. And so I guess they call that irritability because your bladder's getting full versus an actual contraction. So I was like, okay. But I thought that was really interesting that that monitor was picking up all of that. But anyway, after that latest appointment, they basically were like, everything's looking good. Your fluids are looking good. I wasn't dilated at all. So no signs of labor or anything. And everything's proceeding okay. Oh, I think that was my toddler waking up. So I will probably finish this short. I'll keep this one short. But in any case, so what I did do though is I finally packed my hospital bag. I think what I want to do is maybe a video, if I ever get around to it, a video about a hospital bag, and like some things you could put in there and whatever. But I'm so excited because literally my entire clothing, my toiletries, and my bag for the babies, all 3 of those are packed, ready to go. I can grab them at any minute. The only thing that's not packed is like, my cell phone charger, my laptop charger, things like that, like electronics. But I am pretty much ready to go from that perspective. We've done a lot of good work organizing the baby nursery. So over the past 2 weeks, I've gotten all the newborn clothing out and folded into the drawers. I've like rearranged where I had all of my toddler's clothing stored, and made that basically take up less space, but also more organized and packed away in the closet and stuff. So as we go through, as this little boy grows, I'll be able to easily find that stuff. And then I have all the girl stuff that people have given us, like hand-me-downs. I have all that organized too. So yeah, feeling really good about that. I have a few items, like we have probably maybe like 8 more items off of my registry, like supposedly that I still need, but they're not items I need for like week 1 or 2. They're like, kind of down the road a little bit. So I'll just kind of get those as needed. I've been trying to do as much hand-me-down or buying used or, whatever you want to call it as possible. I did get my hands on the Twin Z nursing pillow. I'll see if I can throw in a picture here. Super excited for that, guys. That is going to be hopefully what I can use to tandem nurse the twins. I'm really hoping on, okay, well, basically, like, I'm gonna like, try 120,000%. It's gonna be like my only goal to nurse these these babies, to breastfeed these babies, because it's super super important to me. I know nursing twins is gonna be crazy, but so I did get my hands on that pillow, and amazingly, it was free. So thank you again to the family on Facebook the twin family that I got that from. So that's all washed and ready to go. Let's see. The only thing that isn't prepared yet is my kitchen, like food. So I really wanted to get a bunch of food prepared before this. And just note again to any twin moms or just anyone pregnant out there watching, don't save your food prep to week 36 of your twin pregnancy, because it's really hard to do it. Try to get it done a little earlier. And, in the freezer, you can usually keep things deep frozen for like about 6 months. So I was like, oh, I'll wait as long as I can, because I don't want it to just sit in my freezer for longer than necessary. Well, no, bad thinking, because I literally yesterday, my poor husband, Ben, thank you if you ever watch this, which you probably won't, but thank you. My poor husband like rescued me yesterday, because, all right, I woke up. I had a couple recipes I wanted to make, a couple casseroles and a crock pot recipe, I think, that I wanted to make and then freeze, for when the babies come. Well, we went food shopping in the morning. I only needed a few things because I do have a whole freezer full of meat. I just got restocked from Heartland, um, meat delivery service. So my freezer is full of meat. So I didn't even have to shop for any of that. All I needed was like a couple things. I wanted like carrots. I'm going to make like a chicken soup recipe I love. So like carrots and celery, a few things. Well, I went to the store. We walked around the store. I did have to stop at one other store, Whole Foods, to pick up Gray some of his milk. You guys, by the time I got home, all I did was run to the grocery store for a couple things. By the time I got home, I was exhausted. Like, my legs were killing me. My back was killing me. I had to sit down. Like, my poor toddler needed lunch and to be put for his nap time. It's amazing how incapacitated, no, is that the right word? Whatever. Like, how much I can't do at one time anymore. So then he goes for his nap. I let myself rest also while he was napping, because I had to. Like, literally, I wouldn't have been able to stand for much longer probably. So when I got up from resting, when he got up, maybe I got up a little before him. Anyway, I tried to chop my veggies. Now, it was very cute. I like chopped them with him. Like, so he would sit on my lap. I had the cutting board. I would chop him over here away from, the knife was over here away from him. And then I would push him over here, and he would take the pieces and put them into like the bowl. It was very cute. Like, he was so excited to help me. I wish I could show you a picture of that, but we don't put, he's not on social media at all. So I can't do that. But in any case, so literally I completely killed my kitchen trying to start prepping these meals. Like, I had like, I don't even know. Well, it was a little bit dishes from before, but then I browned up some meat in the skillet. I had all my stuff out to cut and chop all these veggies. I made like a cauliflower hamburger casserole. So I had to steam the cauliflower. So I had that pan out. Then I had to brown up the beef for that. And then I had to mix up like, the casserole mixture. Like, it was like a coconut milk, chicken soup, and like egg mixture. So I had the bowl out from that. I mean, things are a mess. So that was the only one that I actually cooked and did start to finish. The crock pot ones, like, I just basically had them halfway, but not actually in my crock pot, because my crock pot was dirty, needed to be washed. In any case, Ben comes home, my husband comes home, and is like, looks around the kitchen and is like, what on earth happened? I'm like completely helpless at this point, like, can't even stand, like, need to sit down literally. And anyway, long story short, so I did the bedtime routine for our toddler while my husband just plowed through all the dishes and cleaning up the kitchen. Like, I mean, he was just awesome. But so this morning I did get one of those recipes. It was a chili. I got that started in my crock pot, so that's going. But other than that, we decided that I'm not even going to attempt to make any casseroles or like meals ahead of time, because I don't even know. I think at this point, like, it's just not worth the effort. With me being this far along in the pregnancy, it's just almost not even worth it. And I think we'll just make it work once the babies are here, which maybe that thought is not good. But the only thing I do want to still make is all of my like lactation energy bites. Like, I still want to have a freezer stocked full of those, because I know that those are going to be really helpful. And that's like something that, like, someone might bring us a meal. perhaps, maybe, hopefully, but no one's really going to bring me like a lactation bowl. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean. So I do want to make those with like the brewer's yeast and all of that, like energy bites, because I remember them being super helpful during Gray while I was nursing Gray, and I can't even imagine nursing two now. Okay, this is 20 minutes. Wow, I can't believe I can ramble straight through for 20 minutes. That's like a talent, I think. I think that's really, honestly. But anyway, so I am going to leave you with that. That is my week 34, 35, 36 update. Things are going good. These babies are going to be here before we know it. I can't believe it. Oh, one more super exciting thing. We talked about names one more time. We thought we had the boy name set. I will just give you a little teaser. Because baby A is the girl and my name starts with an A, we're going to keep her name starting with an A. And because baby B was the boy, or is the boy, and my husband's name starts with a B, we're going to keep that, his name a baby B. I mean, his name start with a B. So we had his name picked out, but just at the last minute, like last week, I think, we talked about something else, and it was a name that I had suggested way long ago that he was like, no. So we moved on from it, but I love it. And all of a sudden he came back to it and he's like, let's do it. Like, let's use this. And I love the nickname. So excited. So that's the boy's name. We have him all picked. The girl's name, we decided we have picked too. I had to compromise a smidge on the version of the girl's name. It's the same root name both of us love, but I wanted to spell it slightly different and then pronounce it slightly different. And he wanted, so we ended up going with him with the way he wants it. But I'm still really happy about that. And I love the middle name. It's going to be my mom's middle name. My mom's name as the middle name. But anyway, so that was really exciting. But okay, seriously, I think my toddler is finally up because it's so freaking late in the morning. So I am going to go, but thank you again so much for watching, guys. I hope these twin updates are helping anyone, any pregnant moms out there with, I don't even know, just anything. But I don't know, this was a very rambling one. I didn't really make any notes, so I apologize for that. But please continue to watch my channel. My goal really is once these babies are born to really get back to those 5-minute workouts because y'all, I think I'm going to need them. I have no idea how I'm going to get to the gym trying to nurse 2 newborns, plus have a toddler to take care of. So I don't know how that's going to work. So I really think my only workouts are going to be at home. 5 minutes here and there, maybe longer, but I can film them in 5-minute clips. So really hoping to bring that for you guys. The cooking stuff I might not do as much of. I'll be honest, I don't like cooking. I am going to try to be paleo for the most part while I feed these babies. With the exception of rice and oatmeal for calories and carbohydrates for milk production. So I might bring you some more videos, but I feel like the videos aren't as popular. The food videos aren't as popular anyway. So I might just stick to the workout videos and maybe like twin mom updates or something. But anyway, please subscribe, like if you haven't already. Thank you again for watching my rambling videos. And we will talk to you soon. This might very well be my last update, or maybe I'll film one at 37 weeks, maybe next week if I make it there. Okay. Thanks, guys. Happy New Year. Bye-bye. Hi, everybody. What's up? So, this very well might be my last twin pregnancy update. So, I just wanted to film it real quick. I just left the doctor's appointment. I'm actually still in the parking lot. We got to do a growth sonogram today as well as a non-stress test. And I am 36 and a half weeks basically right now. So, great news, not so good news, and crazy news all in one. So first thing, the babies are growing. They are big now. They're over 5 pounds. So baby girl is measuring right now 5 pounds 7 ounces. So yay. And baby boy is 5 pounds 14 ounces. So that is fantastic, you guys. I am so freaking happy about that. The fact that they're over 5 pounds. They're doing well according to the sonogram. Everything looks good. The baby girl's stomach is small, but like measuring a little small, but I'm not worried about it. They're not worried about it. So that's all awesome. They did find baby A, so she's the one who would come out first if it was a vaginal delivery. She is still head up, that little girl. She's still breech, silly girl. So, unfortunately, we still have to proceed with the C-section plans at this point. Baby B, the little boy, he is down. He's face down, but, again, there's no way that he could come out first with a vaginal delivery. So, either way, baby A is the one who would dictate it, and she's still head up. So, okay, so that's all, whatever news. But the very interesting news was that while I'm sitting there doing that non-stress test, which is where you just basically sit there in the chair, they've got monitor, well, you can't see my stomach, but they put, you know, monitors on you, one monitor for each baby's heart rate, and then they do one monitor that is supposed to monitor your contractions. So apparently I'm having contractions. So after they finish this whole test, the doctor's like, did you feel any contractions during any of that? And I was like, not really. I just felt the one towards the end of it. I was like, I just felt one, like a little bit, but other than that, like, no. And he's like, okay, well, you're having contractions. So I was like, oh, all right. So I'm not really feeling anything. So what he decided to do was he wanted to check my cervix then. I ended up I was 1 centimeter dilated, which up until this point I've been absolutely nothing. So 1 centimeter is a change for me. And he said I was 60% effaced. I never really know what that effaced measurement is. I think it's something about the cervix thinning maybe. I'm not sure. Sorry guys. But that was about 60%. So he sent me over to my regular OB, who was right across the hall. She checked my cervix as well. She agreed I was 1 centimeter. She thought I was 70% effaced. Whereas last week when she checked me at my last appointment, last Thursday, I was zero dilated, and she said only about, I think, 50% effaced. So a little bit of change. She goes, well, you know, like, I don't think you're in labor, but, you know, you're definitely going in that direction. So kind of crazy to think about that. What we did do was move up my C-section date. So I was scheduled for a C-section down the road a little bit, you know, and we went ahead and moved that up because, I mean, I sort of just said, I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to make it till that. You know, who knows, just kind of mother's intuition. But the other thing is, guys, is like, they're like, well, are you feeling contractions? And I'm kind of like, well, I don't think I am. I think they're just the Braxton Hicks. I don't know. But I will say Monday, so 2 days ago, like a full part of the day, like basically 9 a.m.-ish is when I started really realizing that they were a little bit consistent, until about 4:30, 5 o'clock that day. Like, they were pretty consistent, like those Braxton Hicks things. Like, I had sort of a bunch of them, but nothing was painful. So I asked the doctor today, I'm like, okay, well, really, it's like, it's not really a contraction unless it's painful, right? And so she was like, yeah, she's like so I'm like, well, how do I know, like, do I come in? How do I know, you know, because the other doctor, the maternal fetal, was like, because the baby is breached, because it's 2 babies, like, you don't want to go into labor and then get here, because then it's considered an emergency C-section, and that is not, obviously, like, you don't really want to be there if you don't have to be there. So I'm kind of torn on this, because I don't know, like, I don't want to go early and, you know, if my body's not really ready, if the twins are not ready, I don't want to just think it's like a Braxton Hicks, and, you know, but then on the other hand, I don't want to get into that emergency situation. So I'm like a little torn, because with my first baby, I waited at my house like as long as I could. I mean, I was in pain. I mean, I wasn't in a lot of pain, but I was definitely having painful contractions. And I waited all the way. My water ended up breaking at my house. And then at that point, you guys, it was like go time. I mean, holy moly. My first baby, my water broke at my house at 12:45 p.m. My baby was born at the hospital, luckily, at 5:45 p.m. So I started pushing by 3 something. So cervix dilated happened very quick with my first baby. So that's something to think about, I think, with these ones. So I don't know, you guys. I don't know what's going to happen over the next few days. But I wanted to jump on here real quick. I do have to get home. My poor husband is watching my toddler, and then he needs to go to work. So I need to get home. So I'll keep this short. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So hopefully I'll do maybe one more update, but this might be the last one until the babies are here. Who knows? Okay, bye!